Sam Bankman-Fried, the king of crypto.
He's the most important man in crypto.
What makes him so different and so rich?
He's the CEO of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX.
They were all Sam Bankman-Fried. They wore the same clothes he wears. They were in flip-flops of Lamborghini.
In the glittering world of cryptocurrency, a young man with a vision stood poised to reshape global finance. Sam Bankman-Fried, known as SBF, founded FTX, a crypto exchange that promised to make trading digital assets seamless, secure, and accessible to everyone. In just 3 short years, FTX became a multi-billion-dollar empire, earning the trust of investors, celebrities, and ordinary people alike.
You said you always wanted to get rich, but not for the reasons you might expect. Can you explain that?
But as with many great stories, this one would end in disaster. A disaster that shook the very foundations of the crypto world.
One of the biggest financial frauds in American history.
This is the story of FTX, its meteoric rise, its dramatic fall, and the lessons it left behind.
We're now just recapping the news that just broke. The SEC filing charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. Unbeknownst to those investors, Sam Bankman-Fried was orchestrating a massive years-long fraud.
Chapter 1: Foundations of a Crypto Empire. The story of FTX begins with Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, a young MIT graduate with a degree in physics and an ambitious vision for the financial world. After making a name for himself in traditional finance at Jane Street, SBF turned his attention to cryptocurrencies, a rapidly expanding but volatile market. In 2017, he founded Alameda Research, a trading firm specializing in crypto arbitrage. By exploiting price differences between exchanges, Alameda generated millions in profits.
Alameda is buying and selling, like it's trading for its own book and, trying to do profitable trades.
Providing SBF with the financial foundation and industry connections to launch his next venture, FTX. Founded in 2019, FTX sought to address the inefficiencies and complexities of existing crypto trading platforms. Unlike competitors, FTX offered a user-friendly interface and a variety of innovative features, including tokenized stocks, options, and leveraged tokens. Its key selling point was accessibility, attracting both professional traders and casual investors. FTX also introduced FTT, its native token, which provided discounts on trading fees and other benefits for users. The platform's growth was meteoric, backed by top venture capital firms like Sequoia Capital, and endorsed by celebrities such as Tom Brady.
You just need FTX!
FTX quickly became a household name. By 2021, the company was valued at $25 billion, and its branding extended to high-profile sponsorships, including renaming the Miami Heat Stadium to FTX Arena. Sam Bankman-Fried became a billionaire, hailed as a crypto visionary and philanthropist, often discussing his commitment to effective altruism. However, this rapid ascent masked deeper issues. The close relationship between FTX and Alameda Research blurred financial boundaries, with Alameda receiving loans backed by FTX's customer deposits. Additionally, the reliance on FTT tokens as a key part of their balance sheets introduced a systemic risk, as the token's value was largely tied to the perception of FTX's success. The empire was expanding, but its foundation was unstable, a fact that would soon become evident. Chapter 2: The Collapse of Trust. In early November 2022, the seemingly invincible FTX empire began to unravel in dramatic fashion. The first tremor came from a leaked financial document revealing that Alameda Research's balance sheet was heavily reliant on FTT, the token issued by FTX itself. This revelation exposed a critical vulnerability: Alameda's financial stability, and by extension, FTX's depended largely on an asset whose value was intrinsically tied to FTX's success, rather than any independent, tangible backing. The report raised immediate red flags across the crypto community. Alameda Research was supposed to operate as an independent trading firm, but the leaked document suggested otherwise, pointing to dangerously intertwined operations between the two entities. Questions arose about how much of Alameda's success had been propped up by its close relationship with FTX. These concerns culminated in a major decision by Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. Binance's CEO, Changpeng Zhao, CZ, announced publicly on Twitter that the company would liquidate its holdings of FTT, a move that sent shockwaves through the market.
Binance says it will liquidate its entire position in the FTX token.
Binance CEO disclosed plans to exit the FTT position.
CZ's announcement was both a calculated financial maneuver and a public vote of no confidence in FTX. It was the spark that ignited a firestorm. Within hours, FTT's value began to plummet as other investors followed suit, selling off their holdings in a bid to avoid potential losses. The token, which had been valued at $26, began a freefall, losing more than 80% of its value within days. FTX customers, alarmed by the rapid decline and rumors of insolvency, rushed to withdraw their funds from the platform. In the span of 48 hours, FTX experienced an estimated $6 billion in withdrawal requests, a figure it could not meet. The platform, once praised for its efficiency, froze withdrawals entirely, citing a liquidity crisis. As panic spread, more details emerged about the relationship between FTX and Alameda Research. Investigators uncovered that FTX had been quietly transferring billions of dollars in customer funds to Alameda, essentially using client deposits as collateral to cover Alameda's trading losses. This revelation was a clear violation of trust and financial ethics, shattering the credibility of both entities. Employees within FTX described the atmosphere during the collapse as chaotic and surreal. Whistleblowers came forward, revealing a lack of financial oversight and proper risk management within the company. There were reports of senior executives, including Sam Bankman-Fried, making major financial decisions via informal channels like messaging apps, often deleting conversations to avoid creating a paper trail. The collapse reached its climax on November 11, 2022, when FTX officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The filing listed liabilities estimated between $10 billion and $50 billion, with over 1 million creditors potentially affected. Many customers, from retail investors to large institutions, were devastated to learn their funds were likely gone forever. For some, life savings and years of investment vanished overnight. Public outrage was swift and widespread. Social media platforms were flooded with stories from distraught investors, while prominent figures in the crypto world expressed disbelief at the scale of the misconduct.
Can't trust anybody now that had anything to do with FTX.
Celebrities who had endorsed FTX, such as Tom Brady and Larry David, faced backlash for their association with the platform, with some even becoming the targets of lawsuits.
Listen, I just don't get it. I mean, Tom Brady, the broadcaster? Guy's got everything in the world. Why do it? Tommy, why?
Regulators, too, were quick to respond. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, the Department of Justice, and financial authorities from multiple countries launched investigations into FTX and its executives. Sam Bankman-Fried, who had once been seen as a crypto wunderkind, became a central figure in these probes. Reports indicated that he had been aware of the misuse of funds for months, raising questions about the true extent of his involvement. The ripple effects of the FTX collapse extended far beyond the company itself. The crypto industry, already volatile, saw a dramatic decline in overall market value. Confidence in centralized exchanges, which had been a cornerstone of the crypto ecosystem, eroded almost overnight. Competing platforms faced waves of withdrawals as users moved their funds to private wallets. The collapse of FTX was not just a financial disaster, it was a crisis of trust. For many, the scandal was a harsh reminder of the risks inherent in the unregulated crypto space, and it sparked widespread debate about the future of the industry. Chapter 3. The ripple effects across the crypto industry. The collapse of FTX sent shockwaves beyond the company itself, shaking the cryptocurrency industry to its core. Once perceived as a beacon of legitimacy in the crypto space, FTX's implosion led to a widespread crisis of confidence. Investors, previously lured by the promise of high returns and cutting-edge technology, became wary of the risks associated with centralized exchanges. Major crypto platforms like Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken faced heightened scrutiny as regulators and users alike questioned their financial stability and governance practices. Smaller exchanges, unable to withstand the scrutiny or loss of user trust, shut down operations entirely. Even projects and tokens unrelated to FTX saw sharp declines in value as panic spread across the market. For traditional financial institutions that had begun to embrace crypto, the FTX scandal was a stark wake-up call. Companies like BlackRock and Sequoia Capital, which had heavily invested in FTX, reported significant losses, prompting them to reevaluate their crypto strategies. Mainstream banks and funds became increasingly cautious, stalling the momentum of crypto adoption in conventional finance. The downfall of FTX culminated in the arrest of Sam Bankman-Fried in December 2022 in the Bahamas, where he had been residing during the collapse. Extradited to the United States shortly after, he faced multiple charges, including wire fraud, securities fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Prosecutors alleged that Bankman-Fried had orchestrated one of the largest financial frauds in history, misusing billions of dollars in customer funds. Once hailed as a visionary, he now awaited trial, his reputation in tatters. As of now, Sam Bankman-Fried remains under house arrest at his parents' home in Palo Alto, California, after posting a record-breaking $250 million bail. While the legal proceedings continue, the FTX scandal serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the urgent need for accountability in the rapidly evolving world of cryptocurrency.